Artboard do you work on? This one's 1000 by 800 pixels, but it really doesn't matter because it's not going to stay in here anyways. I drag it into another Photoshop file that I have. So for right now, it doesn't really matter, but that's what I'm using right now. don't think I've ever had to make DNA. Let's see. Couldn't you just use half circles? I think. And then change the outline. I think that works. Super geometric, but I guess that's kind of the point. Seems kind of out of place. Twitch to do something to promote the creative field more. Yeah, I wish, man. It's not really their target market though, unfortunately. I don't think it'll ever be. I think the main thing that made them like even care at all was Adobe getting into live, and that's about it. And that's like the reason that they brought support to it and stuff, but yeah, I don't think they'll ever support the creative side of things too much. And like most of the streamers on the creative side only get like, I think the most that a person has is like 200 or so. And besides that is like Adobe, that I'm not sure how much they have usually, but they're obviously like the biggest channel on Twitch in terms of creative stuff. But like I said, unfortunately, I don't think Twitch will ever care too much about the creative field. I think their focus is always going to be more on video games, which makes sense, but kind of sucks. Oh, yeah, that's like the easiest way that I know, and the only reason I know how to do it well like that is because that's my logo, so I've had practice with it. Sorry, I was taking my dog's toy. That was that squeaking you guys were hearing. Sorry about that. And here she comes to bother me for it. Olive, stop. You mean like live streaming in general? What do you think is off about it, or that can be improved? I'm actually really curious. I think Twitch has done a pretty great job in terms of gaming, and captured the target audience pretty well with how they do things and like gamifying everything. But yeah, I think there's definitely still some room for other areas of live streaming to improve. Yeah, Guatemexican, I did hit 100 followers. I need to change that on the layout, but yeah, I'm gonna be giving away a Dribbble invite. The only thing is I've only gotten like one entry, so I'm kind of waiting for a couple more people to enter. But if anybody in the chat needs a Dribbble invite, feel free to email me with your portfolio and kind of like a little description about you and stuff, and I'll be picking someone after I get a couple more entries, just because it doesn't seem fair to just give it to the one person that entered. If that makes sense. I think it does. Sorry, I'm looking for more elements to add to the illustration. I'm trying to think of more stuff to add that could fit well. Add part of a jump rope. Well, YouTube has their own live streaming place now too. I mean, if you have a couple things you can enter, that's fine. I mean, it doesn't have to be like an incredible amount of things. I mean, that's kind of the point of giving you guys a Dribbble invite, is to kind of motivate you to put more into your portfolio and be more active and stuff like that. So, I mean, if you're comfortable with it, you can still enter. But if you're not, I completely understand. Yeah, I kind of agree too, Vectrix. That's kind of why I don't use it and why I use Twitch instead, because I mean, I have like almost 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, and like that would already give me a market to stream to, but I kind of like how Twitch does things a little bit better. Even if their focus isn't the creative field, I still think overall they do it a little bit better than YouTube does. That looks like, to me, it looks like they just kind of rushed through it because they wanted to catch up to Twitch, but I feel like they have a lot to improve on. between the two, like Twitch and YouTube. YouTube is more focused on videos. They have like a live streaming aspect, but like I was saying, I don't think they really did it that well. I still think Twitch does it a lot better. I think the main difference is what's it called? Like, they implemented subscribers as followers, and there's no way to like pay a subscription to people, which is kind of something that I like from Twitch, because it kind of provides a way for you to have a steady income on Twitch. And like on YouTube, you can't really do that from live streaming. Yeah, I mean, you could give it to Guatemexican if you want. The only thing I really don't like about Twitch that I've been over a few times is the fact, like, it's so hard to get noticed. I feel like on YouTube, if you're just like consistent with uploads and it's like good uploads, it's easy. I mean, not easy, but it's a lot easier to get a decent sized channel on YouTube than it is to get a decent sized following on Twitch, because there's like almost no way for people to find you, unfortunately. Whereas like the only aspect that contributes to your success is like how many people are watching your stuff live, because that's how they rank you. Instead, YouTube has the algorithm that checks like the relevancy of your videos to that person's history, and like as you upload more, they do a better job of like putting your stuff more on top. Whereas Twitch, I definitely didn't say hey Siri, but thanks. Oh my god. My phone's going off. Keeps thinking I say it. But yeah, that's one thing I wish Twitch did better. Especially for creative, because there's like, I mean, from what I saw, there was at least like around 100 people streaming, because there's no like separation of creative. So I'm on the same page as like someone who's doing only like digital painting, even though we're not really in the same category of creative. Like I'm in web, like more tech design stuff. Like today, obviously we're doing illustration, but for the most part, it's more of that. And like I'm placed in the same category as somebody that's doing digital painting, when like we should not be anywhere near each other in terms of categories. So I wish they would put a little bit more thought into creative, but again, I don't really think that's their focus, unfortunately. I can't think of what else to add to this. I didn't really like how that apple was looking. Oh, we can add, well, an avocado. How? Actually, yeah, I know how to make that. So you can do like sort of an oblong, I forget how to say that word. Like an oval, but more geared towards the bottom. Start a new live streaming platform. Man, I wish. As soon as I learn backend, I'll hit you up. Because there's so much backend when it comes to streaming. That's part of the stuff that we do at Satchel, and it's just like a nightmare to get that stuff working correctly and looking well. Yeah, I guess we can make it a little smaller. I just liked how it fit there. Yeah, man, those databases would get so expensive so quick. I'm assuming that's part of the reason that Twitch doesn't keep all your streams, and I think you can pay to do that, but definitely makes sense as to why they don't keep all the streams. And I wonder how YouTube does it. God, they have so much memory of content going up every single day. I don't know how they keep up with all that. And it's free too. Like, they only make money from ads for the most part, and with Red now introduced.
Hey, Olive.
Hey, Raf Marks. Oh, on these examples? Yeah, we're gonna add some color. I just like working in grayscale at first, because then I can focus on forms and then worry about color later. I tend to do that for a lot of my work. And like even for branding stuff. Oh, sweet, Guatemexican. Yeah, I really like Notion so far. Like, the modularity of it and the fact that it doesn't keep you in one certain way of using it is awesome. Like, I really think a lot more companies should try and implement things of that nature, because nobody is going to use most services in one way. Like, there's so many ways that you can use different services and reasons that people use different services, so that's like one of my favorite parts about that product.
Hey.
god. Come on. Oh yeah, I replied to you. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I've been using it for a few weeks, but I'm still kind of getting used to how I want to organize certain things, and it also changes depending on what I'm working on. Like, I organize my personal stuff a little bit different than I organize full-time stuff. Um, so it really just kind of depends what I'm working on, but most of it I use like text and then like images, and then if I need like web bookmarks, I really like that, and then using like to-do lists for things that I need to do on certain days and whatnot. But as I get more used to it, and I'll be experimenting some, I'll definitely update you guys on it and maybe write a blog post about it if I have enough to write about. But let me know if you guys use it and you find like some cool workflows or like styles that you enjoy of working in that, because I'm always interested to know how other people work. Ooh, I really like this color palette. Hey Justin, how's it going, man? It's been a while since I saw you in here. How's everything been with you? Today we're just working on some illustration stuff. Still trying to figure out the composition of this one. This avocado feels really out of place. I'm just gonna move it for now. Yeah, those colors are really nice. I think we might... I'll try and use something like that. We'll see. Looks like it has a good amount in there that we can use. So we'll see how it looks on the illustration. I really like these colors too, but I don't think this palette's really gonna work well with this particular illustration. But I'll keep it here, just in case. Oh, that's cool. You should look into Dropmark. I'm not sure exactly what you're thinking for your project, and I don't want you to spoil it by telling us, but I'd look into Dropmark because they do bookmarking and they do it pretty well. So maybe just to get an idea for kind of what you're going up against, because I always like to know that whenever I'm starting on a project. Thanks, Justin. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean it's part of how it is, man. If you want stuff to happen, you gotta work for it. It's part of the reason I started streaming is because I've been getting like I've always loved video games, but I've been getting a little bit more back into video games, and I found myself being a little bit less productive than usual because I usually would just work all night. Um, and I found myself getting out of that. So part of the reason I wanted to stream was to say like, I have to stream, like I have to be working these days for this amount of time, at least to get this stuff done. So kind of helps me stay focused on that stuff. But yeah, I appreciate those kind words, man. Means a lot when people notice that, because I mean I'm very humble when it comes to most things, but one thing I will say is I really do work a lot, because I mean I just want to get stuff done
Hey.
and keep all my projects going, and keep sharing my knowledge with people. Not that I know like an incredible amount of stuff, but from what I do know, at least. So I'm just gonna add a sun in here because I don't know what else to add, but I think that'll be a good complement to this. And then we can add some like sparkles or something. I'm really tired today for some reason. I think it's because I just had dinner. I had Mexican food and it was just a lot of food. So I feel really sleepy. Daybook mixed with Pinterest and dribble buckets. I think I get what you're saying about Pinterest and dribble buckets. I'm not sure what you mean with Daybook, but yeah, Dropmark lets you like organize things like that. So I would look into it again just in case. An exercise ball. That would have been a good idea, but I think I like the sun a little bit more because it would be kind of hard to do an exercise ball. Yeah, I'm really feeling it. I ate like an hour or so ago, and I'm really feeling it now. I'm so sleepy, but I really need to get this done. I mean, we're making some good progress here. Usually takes me a little bit longer to get the exact concept that I want. My dog is playing with her food. She's so weird. It usually takes me a little bit longer to get the concept I want, but this one was pretty quick, so we're making some good headway. I really wanted to do some textured stuff like this. But I don't know how that's gonna go. We'll see how much time we have, because I still have some other things I need to take care of today before I go to bed. So we'll see how we're doing in a little bit with this. I'm going to pull out the colors. I think that'll be easier. Let's go. Oh, I don't really need to get the white. Then we have darker blues, and then darker purple. add notes to the bookmark, so. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I'm not sure if Dropmark has that. I haven't used it in quite a while. But I know I really liked it, but I don't know, I'm sure you guys have seen, but I already have like all my bookmarks here in like a way that makes sense to me. It's not, I mean, I guess it would make sense to do like a visual aspect of it by putting it in Dropmark, but I don't know. Honestly, I have so many bookmarks that I've accumulated over like the past 4 years that does not sound too fun to me. But I think they may have something like that. But I think that is a good idea, what you're saying. Hey Marielle, welcome back. Well, today we're working on an illustration for my blog post. It's a guide to a healthy work from home lifestyle. So we're basically just having some health stuff here. And right now I'm adding color. And depending on how long this takes, I may be adding texture. Not sure though, because that does take a little bit of time. And the way that you'd have to do it for what I'm going for, it does take a while because you have to do a bunch of clipping masks and stuff. So, I'm not sure. We'll see. To me, I just hate the UX of bookmarks in Chrome when I was book. Oh yeah, yeah. That's definitely something good that Notion can do. But I can see what you're saying about turning that into a project of some sort. That could be really cool. I'd definitely support something like that if you could make, because Dropmark is a little bit overloaded with features. So you could make like a stupid simple version of that and kind of use that to your advantage of having something just dead simple. I think I missed a color. There's like a more saturated pink in here. Yeah. Thanks, Vetrix. I do not use Pocket. I used to use Instapaper for bookmarks for articles. But the problem I was having is I would bookmark things and then like not actually ever get to reading them. So I just stopped doing that. Collection of app onboardings shown as GIFs. Oh. I literally read that as you adding like funny GIFs on top of the onboarding workflow. And I think that would be a really funny idea too. But actually, you know who does do that? Is Brian Levin. He has some stuff like that. So he has a bunch in here. And he actually goes through, he doesn't really upkeep them, so maybe you can do it, but he like records a lot of the workflows for things, and like goes over their onboarding experiences. There's not an onboarding there, so that's not a good idea or a good example, but like a lot of these he shows the onboarding process and then like does commentary on them and things like that. So could still be a good idea, especially since he doesn't really upkeep it, but just thought I'd show you that. Hey Jose, how's it going? Push bullet. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's kind of what I did with Pocket, but again, I would always forget to go back and read it. You got to meet Mark Hemian and Bryn Jackson this past week and Drill meetup. Oh, that's awesome, dude. I got to meet Mark when I was doing work for them. It was cool because they flew me out to Orange County. I had never been, and I got to meet the whole team there, so it was really awesome. I haven't met Bryn or Brian. Oh, we got a new follower. Hey, Saku Design, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream, and let me know if you ever have any questions on what we're working on. But yeah, I haven't met Bryn or Brian. I almost did when I went to San Francisco last year, but it didn't end up happening. But that's really cool, Justin. I'm kind of jealous. I didn't get to go to South by Southwest. Going to events for me is really intimidating because I'm pretty introverted, so musking up the courage to do something like that is kind of hard for me, unfortunately. Yeah, Brian Levin. BrianLevin.com is his website. Oh, that's cool, Jose. Yeah, I've never heard of Push Bullet, but reminding you that's an awesome thing. Feel onboarding might keep more of record or libraries. Apps change over time. Yeah, Vectrix, that would be awesome. It might be a little bit of work, but that would be really cool. Because I don't think, like, people have variations of that, but definitely not exactly what you're saying. I'm a designer from Latam. Oh, that's awesome, Saku. Welcome. Yeah, Justin, that's like, when it comes to, I mean, I don't want to say flaws, but when it comes to things that I struggle with my personality, that's like my number one thing is like being very introverted, and I really keep to myself. So it's kind of hard for me to like meet new people and things like that. That's why like coming to St. Louis was hard for me, because like I only knew like 2 people here, and unfortunately like both of them moved like with like 30 minutes away, which isn't too far, but it's kind of inconvenient, and we don't really see each other as much. Thank God there was beer. That's awesome. Security warning? Huh. That's weird. BrianLevin.com. Did you type it in right? I don't even see an HTTPS here. That's weird. That's cool, Jose. I'm definitely gonna look into it, because I hadn't heard of that, so maybe that'll help me with my issue where I just stockpile things that I'm trying to read that I actually never read. Cool. Oh, forgot the blue here. Didn't even notice that. Yeah, I like the dark. I think that looks pretty good. And then I kind of want to add some like extra decorations on it, and then I think we'll be good here. And then we can go ahead and put this in. How are you liking St. Louis? I've never been before. I need some water, hold on. So to be real, I honestly don't really like St. Louis too much. I used to live in Nashville, and it's a lot different than it is here, so it may just be that I'm not used to it, which is definitely acceptable, of course, but I personally don't really like it here overall. Like, there's some cool stuff here, and my girlfriend and I have kind of found the things that we like, but overall, like, the people aren't very nice here. There isn't like too much to do. The weather is awful. Just like overall, it's not like my favorite place. And we're actually thinking about moving from here in a couple months. I haven't really talked about that, but we're thinking about moving, and Julie might go to a different school for her master's program. So we may end up moving away from here. But I mean, it's cool to visit here. There's a lot of museums, and there's some, like, they're redoing the Arc. Not the Arc, but like the area surrounding the Arc. They're gonna make it like a cool park and stuff. And there's some awesome coffee shops and a lot of good food here. So I'd definitely recommend it for visiting, but it's not my favorite place to live, honestly. Oh, that's cool that you can push it to your computer too, Jose. Would love to see you as a design details guest. Oh my god, I kind of have a funny story about that. I've gotten over it since, but one time, like, I reached out to Sarah, which is Bryn Jackson's girlfriend, no, wife, because they have the same last name, duh. And like, she was cool with me being on the show and everything and all this stuff, but then when I approached like Bryn and Brian about it, they were like, "No, you can't be on the show because you asked to be on the show. Like we didn't invite you to be on the show," which I thought was kind of weird. Like especially because they only have famous designers on there, which they explained that's kind of what Design Details is about, which I understand, but I don't know, it's kind of dumb. Like why wouldn't you want to have people from more diverse backgrounds in tech? Like I come from healthcare. I think there's only been like one or two people that even touched healthcare on the show, and I think one of them doesn't even do healthcare anymore. So it's like a really underrepresented part of the tech community, and I thought it would be cool to maybe have somebody a little bit younger on the show, because most of the guys there, are around 30 or so or older. There's a couple younger guys, like obviously in their late 20s, but I don't know. I thought I'd be a good candidate for it, and they were just kind of like really. I was just kind of taken aback by the way that they acted about it. Yeah, Justin, I know. They're in that SF bubble. They just like don't care about anybody else outside of it, as unfortunate as it is. Um, like SF is awesome, but man, I just wish the people there were a little bit more open with others. Like I feel like there's this whole like stuck up mantra to them, unfortunately. Um, yeah, Jose, I agree. My dad's a big fan of baseball. I like watching it as well, but yeah, some parts of the city here are pretty rough. That's part of the reason I don't really feel comfortable being here. Like the safety isn't really a huge thing for me, but I have my girlfriend here, and like I don't feel comfortable. We don't really feel comfortable with going out at night, which is like kind of sad to say that. But yeah. Yeah, Justin, and Nashville, which is where my company is based and where I used to live, is like a huge place for healthcare tech. Like it's a booming place that's starting to be up and coming in terms of music startups and healthcare startups, and they just like completely ignored like anything that I said along those lines. So it kind of sucks. Yeah, I haven't been to Austin, but I actually might be moving there now that I talked about moving, not to Austin, but to Texas. But yeah, I've never been there, but it kind of sucks that they're making all of us look bad, and like, even though we do have a lot of stuff and a lot of potential, it's like they don't really want to give it a chance because, they're in SF or whatever. Oh, that's cool, Nashville and Austin. Again, I haven't been to Texas, but I definitely want to visit. Oh, I haven't listened to that one, Vectrix. I've been kind of off from my podcast game because, like, I can't listen to words when I'm, like, working on, like, deep thought stuff or code. So, most of my time has been going to code lately, and, like I haven't been able to listen to those, especially because now that I work remote, like I don't even have a commute that's where I used to listen to podcasts, is on my commute. But now that I don't have a commute, like I don't really have a good time to listen to them, because like at the gym I want to listen to music. When I'm working, I want to listen to nothing without words, and I just don't really have a good time to listen to podcasts. But that sounds interesting. It was a new grad. I think I briefly heard about that one. So, I'm still not sure if I want to add texture to this or not. Should go to New Zealand. That is the safest place I've ever been. Man, I wish I could move over there. Like, at least somewhere in like Europe or something. That'd be awesome, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. I definitely want to visit New Zealand though. I've been to a couple places in Europe, but I haven't been to New Zealand. or like Germany or Russia or China or Japan. So those are some places I really want to go at some point. Brain FM for focusing. What is that? I've not heard of that. Brain FM. I'm assuming it's a thing to help you concentrate. Come to London. Man, I wish, dude. I loved London when I went there. I was there, I think it was only for a couple days. What? Why can I not? Like, I'm getting this error. It's not a PDF. I just copied it. Bad Not Good, Flashbulb, and Bonobo. Bonobo sounds familiar. I've not heard of the other two though. I'm big into ambient music though, so I'm not sure what kind of music that is, but I'll definitely check it out. I'm really big into like the kind of music that I make, more on the ambient side of things with like pretty sample heavy. So things like Tycho, Shigeto, Teebs, Shlomo, those guys are like my bread and butter. I love listening to that kind of music when I'm working. Why does this look blurry? Doesn't look blurry in the final render, at least. Bonobo's new album is great. Again, that sounds familiar, but I don't think I've listened to that. Or maybe I have in the past, but I don't remember any that come up off the top of my head. So the question is whether or not we should add texture to this. I kind of wanted to add texture using my iPad. Using like AstroPad or something, but I haven't used that in a while. And I don't really want to mess with getting that set up. I just got these brushes. I really want to get into digital painting, so I got these brushes. Like I had them for a while, and then like I never used them that much. But these are from Kyle Webster. I don't think they're really gonna come into handy here, but I really want to try them out at some point. Probably off screen though, because I suck at drawing. I cannot draw for my life. Liquid drum and bass. Oh, that's awesome, Jose. Is it just like brain.fm? Vectrix. I'm not sure what that is. I haven't listened to that genre, I don't think. Or at least it doesn't sound familiar to me. Oh, bad, not good is jazz. I'm a big fan of jazz. A lot of the ambient music I listen to has a big jazz influence. Like Shigeto is really big into jazz. He doesn't make like jazz music per se, but a lot of the elements in his music definitely have a jazzy vibe. Cool. Brain.fm. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. Intelligent dance music. Wow. That's an interesting way to describe music. Liquidity. Do you know if it's copyright or not? Because if it isn't, I can play it now. I'm sick and tired of the no copyright sounds YouTube, but there's nothing else I can play for you guys, unfortunately, that I know of that I won't get into trouble for. You know, instead of texture, maybe we can try a gradient. I feel like this isn't going to be a good idea, but we'll try it. You found BB&G, my life changed. Have not heard of that either. Definitely need to step my game up then, I guess. Some is, some isn't. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, if not, I'd play it for you guys, but I want to make sure that people can watch this afterwards on YouTube and that we have like a recording of it. So no copyright sounds for now is like the only reliable thing I've found that's actually not copyright, because like I thought of like putting a SoundCloud playlist, but like I did that for the first stream and I found out that a lot of it is actually copyrighted, so kind of sucked. So I have to stick to this for now. Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, that makes sense. BB&G, I'll remember that then. Album with Ghostface Killah. Oh, that is awesome. Ghostface Killah is really good. Yeah, I'm really big into rap music too. If anybody else is, I don't know. Thought I just mentioned that. Sorry, a little bit of this time is gonna be me trying to just set up these gradients first. Delete this. Oh my god. Thank you. A lot of this is gonna be me. Oh my gosh. Oh, we got another follower. Brian Hinton, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream and I hope you enjoy. Just use your own songs. I mean, we can, but yeah, I'll put them on for a little bit. But the thing is, I only have like 5 songs right now. I actually do have some unreleased music too, but they aren't really at a point that I want to put them out. I'm actually working on a song that samples the new Zelda Breath of the Wild track set or album, whatever you call it. So I'm working on that, and that song's at a pretty good spot, but I just need to work out some other stuff, and then I'll definitely be releasing that. But we can put my music for a little bit. But it's probably, I mean, most of my songs are like 3 minutes on average, so through with all the recommendations. Yeah, thanks, Jose. I appreciate it. You coming through with like so many recommendations on apps and music and everything. Oh, sweet, Brian. Oh, awesome that you finally figured out how to follow. It kind of sucks that they make it that difficult. Oh, not on. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, it doesn't let you change that on Twitch, and that was my old name that I was using, so I had to stick with that. Thanks, Vetrix. I appreciate that. I do spend a lot of time on the artwork, because I try and like, as like corny as this sounds, I try and like portray the emotion of the song in the album artwork, in like kind of like a cool way. So, oh, Jack Ari, Jakery, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy. Okay, let's get back to setting up these gradients. Then we want to this one.
Let's just get a hold of him. Ruffian though he may be, he does care about his mother.
Vectrix, I wish I could write songs. The only reason that I have some knowledge on it is because that's what I wanted to do for a living, like when I was in college. So I kind of know like a lot of the music theory. I took like AP music theory in high school because I was a musician. I played a lot of classical music and tried to do like hip hop and stuff like that. So that's kind of the only reason I know how to do it now, is because I've put so much time into it already that it just kind of stuck with me. Oh, sweet. Yeah, go ahead and check them out. I'm not sure how to say your name. Jackery? I'm going to say Jackery. But yeah, go ahead and check them out. I hope you enjoy them, and I'm glad that you can catch one live. I think they're a lot more entertaining live, in my opinion. Like when I watch the people, like content creators that I'm a fan of, I think it's so much better live because you can like actually ask questions and interact with the people and things like that. Ooh, I kind of like that gradient. Could be cool to use somewhere in here. I'm not sure where though. Sad about this video. Really was curious what you were doing. Oh, you didn't know it was like a live stream, I guess? That's funny. Kind of like the gradients on these. Oh, you can't watch it. There's some copyright. Yeah, that's, I'm not sure if you were able to catch that, but that's kind of the issue I was having with playing non-copyright music. Is a lot of people couldn't watch the streams, unfortunately, so that's why I had to switch over to different music. That's why we always listen to the same playlist, unfortunately. If you want, I could tweet you with the music/app recommendations. Yeah, Jose, that would be awesome. Just so I'm not taking out time right now, but yeah, that would be really cool if you could tweet that at me, because I definitely want to check them out. I'm a bit advanced in coding web, but I like your designing streams too. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'm more design focused than code focused. We're doing a code stream tomorrow, and we did one yesterday, but I'm definitely more focused on design and kind of in the early stages of learning code. So you'll probably find a lot of my code streams to be maybe on the simpler side of things, but I still think they're a lot of fun. That's weird, Vectrix. I actually have never heard of that. Not too sure what's going on there. Oh, the white's not working too well. Well, guess that's not bad. Let's just go with that. I never did this one. Let's do this magenta. And then we can do the orange or peach. Looks more peach to me, I think. Let's see. The curve on the bottle behind the heart seems too much. I was trying to make it like a water bottle. Can definitely change that though. Yeah, we can do that and then bring that one. Yeah, that seems good because then it's not as distracting. Thanks, Squad of Mexican. Yeah, Brian, I agree with you. This definitely looks a lot better. It's not distracting or anything. Yeah, I mean it's nothing too big. I just took these colors and like mix and match them and mess with the angle to get like the correct one here. Do I use Spotify? No, I actually use Apple Music just because I was kind of hesitant at first. I didn't really like it, but all the exclusives that they had kind of sold me, to be honest. So that's kind of what I've been using. Yeah, I really like Apple Music. Hey Dennis, have you gotten any work through Design Inc. yet? I have on their, excuse me, on their old business model, but I haven't tried it yet with the credits just because ever since they introduced the credits, I honestly just haven't had the, hold on, I'm gonna put some of my other stuff from on iTunes instead of SoundCloud. Actually, never mind. I wish I could play more, but a lot of that stuff is going to be copyrighted. Sorry, one sec, Justin. So yeah, I haven't bought credits yet on their new system because I really haven't had the time to do it since they introduced it, but I do plan on it. I'm just kind of nervous about taking on freelance work right at the moment. The last freelance job that I did, it didn't really go too well, and it's kind of left a bad taste in my mouth for working with clients. So we'll see, but I have not tried it yet. When you do, I'd love to hear about your experience though. Something with the sun is off. Yeah, we can try the rounded. Let's see. Feels a little bit better. Yeah, Vectrix, the UX does kind of suck. I have gotten used to it though. And I really like their, I mean, you can't really beat their exclusives, to be honest, at least with the kind of music that I like, because they have like the Frank Ocean album, they had like Drake's new album, things like that. YouTube Red. Get Google Music, no ads on YouTube, YouTube Music. I'm kind of hesitant to try YouTube Red. I feel like YouTube Music isn't really, like if they're just playing YouTube videos, like I don't know if I really like that. It was good when I was on Android. Yeah, I haven't tried it on iOS either. Yeah, just and it was a bad client, and I was working through a PM, unfortunately, and like neither of them were doing a great job, and I wasn't like, the work that I wanted to make for them wasn't being let in, and they were just sticking with like the worst options, and I just, in the end, I really wasn't happy with the work that I finished with them. And, you know, it just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, like I was saying. So I don't know, man. Working freelance is hard. I have a lot of respect for people that can do it full time, because dealing with clients is just really, really not my thing. Thicker on the lines. Yeah. I don't know. Rays of sunshine are always kind of weird for me. They always feel like so out of place, to be honest. Trying to find the best way to make the list and share it with you. Google Doc. I mean, don't worry about it, Jose. Whatever works best for you is fine with me. If you want to do a Google Doc, that works. If you just want to like literally just DM it to me on Twitter, like just links and stuff, that's fine too. Whatever is best for you. YouTube has live recordings you won't find anywhere else. Oh, I didn't know that. Like, what kind of stuff do they have? I'm kind of interested now. If they have exclusive stuff too. Maybe worth having like a music client as well as YouTube Red. I really like these colors, man. They just pop so well. Then we want... Huh. Oh, it's because I didn't have the right fill selected. Narrow tip stroke width. Like, talking about this. Or this one. I don't know, that kind of feels weird to me. These preset ones all look really weird to me. I don't think I've ever used a preset one. I don't know, I kind of like it's not perfect, but I kind of feel like the uniform one feels the best. What is the shape in front right? Oh, this is supposed to be a weight, just like a dumbbell. Prototyping software. I do not use prototyping software. I'm thinking if I ever need it, I'll probably use Framer because you can transition or you can bring the code out and you already have it coded. Since I do all our front end stuff at work, but I don't use prototyping tools. I usually go just straight into code. So between wanting to learn Principle or Framer slash Origami, kind of depends what you're gonna use it for. If you're gonna like I said, if you're gonna bring that code out and you're gonna use it somewhere, or if you need to do that, then I would recommend using Framer. But if you're not and you're just looking for an easy visuals, then I would recommend Principle. Dumbbells, different colors maybe. Maybe like the darker. -90. Maybe. Not sure. It's hard working with all these gradients in one spot. DM'd you on Twitter. Awesome. Thanks, Jose. I appreciate you taking the time to do that. I will definitely will let you know my thoughts. I'm gonna leave it until tomorrow when I go to work. I'll check out that music and stuff so I can actually listen to it instead of right now when I'm sleepy off of all that Mexican food I just ate. But yeah, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I agree, Vectrix. It's definitely more of like just a handoff tool, which is good for most cases, but it kind of depends your use case. Like if you need production code and stuff, it would probably might be better to use Framer. Round the dumbbells. I feel like that's gonna look weird. Like that? I guess it's not bad. I feel like I need to move it over though, because now it doesn't align correctly there. I don't know. I guess it fits because then it goes with the strokes too. The lack of real collaboration. Yeah, I don't think there even is much collaboration on prototyping tools, if any at all, to be honest. Envision does. Cool. Yeah, thanks for the help, Brian. I kind of like that. Yeah, Envision does, but I used to work for Envision. That's awesome, dude. I'm actually... It's funny, I'm actually having an issue with Envision right now. I doubt you'd be able to help. I feel like it's just kind of like a bug or something. But... Here. Like when I log in, it's so weird. I don't really expect anybody to be able to help, but it's just... I just think it's funny. Like I've been trying to delete this for like 3 days so I can make a new one, and then it keeps saying, oops, the project is currently being deleted, and it's been saying that for like 3 days. So I'm not really sure what to do about that, and I need to do that because I need to start on a new project, but I can't because I'm like over my prototype limit, and the place where I work doesn't really want to pay for Envision because we don't use it that much. Yeah, I agree, Vectrix. It's not... I mean, it's like prototyping, but I feel like it's really lacking in the animation department. So I'm kind of happy with this illustration like this, and it is getting kind of late. Yeah, I think it is a bug, Justin. Switch to Marvel. I might have to, honestly. As unfortunate as it is, and I've always been using InVision for this kind of stuff. So I may have to do that just for this project because I really need it, and nobody at InVision has been able to help me just yet. So how do we feel about this illustration? Do you think there's anything else we can add or anything I need to fix before we just go ahead and put it? Make sure you guys are on my newsletter, by the way, because this is gonna go out tomorrow morning. If you're interested in catching the tomorrow's topic, which is gonna be about having a healthy lifestyle as somebody who works remote. But I think it's still useful for anybody in the creative field, to be honest. Cleaner interface, and I know the founders. Awesome stuff coming. Sweet. Okay, I might have to check it out. Try a background. I actually not sure how familiar you are with my other stuff. I will add a background for Dribbble purposes because I've been noticing that my stuff looks kind of bland without a background on Dribbble. But for the blog post's sake, I always keep them on white backgrounds. So I just kind of want to keep that consistent because when you like go into the article, I kind of like that it's just flush and not having like a border or a background. But I definitely will do that for Dribbble. So we can do that. Is it me or does it look a bit darker on the right side? Yeah, I guess it does, but it's kind of where, like, I know obviously there's a sun here, but I kind of want the light to be coming from this direction, from top left down, so it does kind of make sense. But maybe we could have a lighter element somewhere in here, because we had the dumbbells lighter, but we ended up changing those. Maybe on this. Most of us tuning in designers and developers. They probably are, because the places that people come from that I've shared this are like my own social media outlets. That's like the only place that most of these people come from. So most of these guys and girls are probably designers and developers. Honestly, I don't see how interesting this would be for somebody that's not one. Alright, cool, Justin. Thanks for coming out. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to catch you in the next one. Hope you have a good night, man. Yeah, more elements blocking the light. That was kind of my thought process with it too. Yeah, the spec network too. That's where a lot of people come from, because I put it in my Slacks and like my social media outlets, so that's where most of these guys are from. Keep saying guys because friends sounds weird and people sounds weird. So we can add a background for Dribbble and get this done, and then I'll upload this tomorrow morning. I used to have a shortcut for outline stroke, but I haven't added it since I got my new laptop, so I always have to do that now. Yeah, viewers is probably a better word. Yeah, because I don't like saying guys. Like, I try and be pretty inclusive with my terminology. So yeah, I think viewers is a better way to say it. god. You sexist. I swear, I'm trying to be super inclusive. That's why I was saying it sounds weird. I wasn't sure what else to say. Spec Network, yeah, it's like a group of podcasts. There's like Design Details, Layout, Developer T. They have some awesome podcasts if you're into that kind of stuff. And they have like a Slack channel where a lot of people talk and can like get to know other people in the field and just ask questions and things like that. Joining another Slack team. Yeah, whenever I'm adding another Slack team, I make sure to remove another Slack team because I'm part of like 6 or 7 now, which isn't too bad compared to a lot of people that I know. But yeah, there's so many Slack channels, man. So I kind of like this dark color. I think it'll really stand out, but I'll give you guys a few minutes. Maybe you guys can have a better suggestion. Oh, Brian, I didn't know you had a podcast. Thunder Nerds Who? Dark looks good. Okay, cool. Yeah, I kind of like that dark color. I think it's like a good contrast between doing the whites. Thunder Nerds Who? Or is it Thunder Nerd Shoe? Maybe have as a light to dark gradient. Okay, let's see. Oh, don't want the same color. We can do this, and then try a little bit lighter. I've always thought Illustrator should just have a preview when choosing colors. Yeah, I don't understand that either. Like if I'm selecting a color like this, why do I have to press OK to see it? I'm pretty sure Photoshop lets you do that. So I think that's kind of weird. Try using system fonts rather than web fonts. I don't need an @ import, do I? Not sure exactly what you mean. Are you saying import it in your HTML file? Because you still need to declare that you're going to use the system fonts. There's just a different way of doing it. Light brew from the palette. I think I prefer the dark color, but we can go ahead and try that. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. The thing is I want, like I was saying, like all my stuff is white background, so I kind of want to have a darker background. So I think we're going to try the gradient. I also don't understand why you can't do eyedropper when you're selecting gradients, like here. Like I can't select or like eyedrop something and then have that color show here, which I think is really dumb. Because I have to like copy the hex code and then paste it in. Dark to darker. Okay, I'll try this and we'll see. Yeah, I think a darker might be better. I want to do it too dark. Because Adobe hates us. Yes. I agree. I'm just kidding. But man, there's so many like things that Adobe does that I just don't really understand how they couldn't have done better. Especially with all the resources they have. There's so many little things that I wish they'd fix. Yeah. I'm kind of like that with you, Brian. I think we already have enough gradients going on in here. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at this. Yeah, forget it. We're just gonna leave it like that. Alright, so next thing is to put this. So this is pretty cool. We can see the difference here. So it started off like this to this. It's definitely an improvement. We have some bad spacing here. I hate when Photoshop does this. I don't feel like spending too much time on this, so we're just gonna do a little hack. Actually, that's probably not going to work because it's going to overlay. But that makes no sense because these are right on each other. But again, because Adobe hates us. Is there a reason for that palette? No, I got it from one of Nick Slater's illustrations. I just kind of liked this one. So we just pulled out the colors here, besides the blues, and then I just turned them into gradients. So like, not really a reason, just more, like these illustrations are more just like whatever I feel like. So it's a lot of fun to just kind of experiment with colors I want to have and things like that. Oh shoot. Question 4. If I wanted like a grayscale Twitter logo, for example, I wanted the hover state for it to get in color, is that a thing? Yeah, so there's two ways that I can think of off the top of my head. One way is you can have, since it's an image, if you're using an image, you have to have it so that another image renders on top of it when it's hovered over. You could also change opacity, but that wouldn't change the color, if that's a little bit easier. And then the way that I would do it, is with SVG, because then you can just alter the fill of that whenever you want, and you can even like have it constantly change colors and stuff like that. So that's the way that I would do it, is with SVG, and then just giving it a fill and then changing that fill on hover. Alright, cool, Brian. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for the help. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and hopefully I could catch you on another stream here soon. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Man, I'm tired. We're about to wrap this up though. And and then I'm gonna play some Zelda for a bit because I've been wanting to play all day, and then I'm gonna head to bed. This is 27. Pure CSS has blend modes now. SVG, yeah. Yeah, you could do blend mode, but I think SVG would be a lot easier. I'm gonna pretend I understand. I mean, SVG is basically like vector. So like this is vector SVG. This is pixels, which is not SVG. So like SVG is infinitely scalable. You can do a lot of animations with SVG that you can't do with images. Like you can change shapes and things like that. You can change the fill color because it's like rendering a vector. It's not rendering a static image that stays the same way the entire time. So SVGs are awesome. If you don't know about them, I'd definitely take some time and look into them because it's going to save you a lot of headaches when it comes to like icons and things like that. Cool. Well, I'm really happy with this illustration. Since I have to do this anyways, I'm going to go ahead and schedule the newsletter while I'm streaming. If you guys want to head out, feel free to. But I'm just taking my screen off for password reasons. And then I'm just going to send this or schedule this so we can hang out here for a little bit until I get this done. If you guys want to talk about some more stuff. Create campaign. Yes, scalable vector graphic, what Jose said. I forgot what it stood for a second there. Hey, we have 63 subscribers now. That's awesome. Hey, they finally put a button here. It was always so hard to see the next button. Like, I knew it because I had done it so many times, but I'm glad they finally put a button. And, oh, and they have featured. That's cool. They added some new ones. I just use my same template that I always use. If you ever come to Mexico, let me know. I'll help you out. Oh, that's awesome. My girlfriend's actually from Mexico, and we were actually talking about when am I gonna go to Mexico, so I can see where she grew up and stuff. And we want the link for this. God, this song is awful. I'm gonna put my music back on just to have a change from that stuff, since it's the only thing I can reliably put on here. Alright, awesome, Guatemexican. Yeah, feel free to send me your portfolio after. Have a good night. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for coming out again. I always appreciate your support, so I will see you in the next one. Where is she from? Oh, man. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. If I remember, I'll ask her. And then tomorrow when I stream, hopefully I'll remember that and I'll let you know. But I don't remember off the top of my head. Volume 27. That's why you ate Mexican today. Yeah, we don't eat Mexican food too often. Um, and if we do, it's more, she's usually making it here at home. But there's this one Mexican place that we really like, and it's really hard to get her to like a lot of Mexican food because a lot of it's not really authentic in the US. It's more Americanized. We actually want to be 27, and then
Anyhow, let's just get a hold of him. Ruffian though he may be, he does care about his mother.
I doubt she'd be pissed. It's not. It's just it's a hard name to remember, and I speak Spanish, and it's hard for me to remember. That all looks good. Man, I'm really happy with that illustration. I'm glad we went with the gradients. Tex-Mex for life. No. No thanks. It's actually kind of crazy how Americanized so much Mexican food is. Like, for example, like burritos aren't an actual thing in Mexico, for example, or like queso is not a thing either. So there's so much stuff that we have here in America that's like unheard of in Mexico. Spanish speakers in here. Yeah, there aren't too many that I know of in the tech world. Like, I know there's a bunch, but in terms of like my circle of people that I know, there aren't too many. I would like to know more though. I should probably make a more conscious effort to find some, because I think that's awesome. Have more people that have culture that I can relate to. So I think this is all good. I like to send at 10 a.m. I would do batch delivery, but that's a paid feature, and I don't pay for MailChimp just yet. Is this a Gambino remix? Yeah, this is, it's actually called Childish, and I, like, can't put volume up on here right now, but yeah, so, like, that first part, it's, like, the sample of the intro song, or the intro part of the first song, and then I just sampled that and, like, did a bunch of pitching and stuff, and then reversed it on some of them. Oh, you're from Puerto Rico? That's awesome, dude. So am I. That's pretty cool to find you here. That's awesome having a Spanish speaker, especially from Puerto Rico, man. That's so cool. Oh, I didn't even see the other part. Yeah, I really did like his new CD. Honestly, I didn't really like him too much as a rapper, but when he got into this kind of music, well, not this, but you know what I'm talking about, I actually, like, had a new appreciation for his music, so, yeah, I really like his new stuff. Alright, cool. Well, yeah, Jose, my dad is Puerto Rican, and a lot of my family is, so, but yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up today's stream. I'm pretty tired, and I really want to play some Zelda before I go to bed, so, thanks for coming out to support the stream. I really appreciate it. We got a bunch of people in here today, which is awesome, and got some new followers and stuff. So thanks everybody for coming out. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed. Have you seen Redbone live? Yeah, I saw the Saturday Night Live thing. Him singing it was so cool to see, because I thought it was just him like changing his voice or something, but seeing him like actually sing it was so cool. Yeah, the best way, if you guys want to keep talking, we can talk like on Twitter or something, because I'm gonna head out. I'm feeling really tired, like I said, so I'll be here tomorrow. We're gonna be working on some code at 7:30 Central Time. If you guys want to come and hang out again, I'd love to have you guys here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next stream.